Hey guys, I got a question from Todd. He said I could share this with you because it might help you guys out. He's in a bit. He's had a situation today, and it's going to be that way probably a few more times this week because Todd goes to a lot of networking meetings. That's part of his work. So he's had this situation where he's had like two options for breakfast. One was bacon and eggs and sausages, which normally does the job. It's protein and fats. But the other one's fruit, which again is obviously healthy, but they're not part of the, let's call it the ultimate detox plan. So what does he do? Well, whatever he did, that's fine, that's happened, but what can he do in the future? It's a really good question, because what do you do? That's a predicament and a half. And as I said before, don't stress about these things too much. Food's not going to kill you or put you back in any way as such. Sometimes you just got to eat the food. So to remove the stress away from any of this, we don't want to create extra stress, because part of the program is that we reduce stress. So bin that straight away. It's not the end of the world. So if you find yourselves in these situations and they become patterns and you kind of think it's going to happen, part of what I call mastery is how you can create these choices, slow things down and almost predict the future. What I mean by that is one option is control. That's completely the opposite to what this program is. This program is about freedom, so that's about having choices, and you choose the choices and then you act upon it and you create this new lifestyle. In Todd's situation, he did actually have the choices, but they were choices that didn't serve him, so it almost has this control effect on it, and he then has to pick one because he had to, not necessarily because he wanted to, because he's eating a different way at the moment, because the goals changed. So all I'm going to say to that is, if you're going to have any of these situations, think, what could I do instead? Are there different options? Because I'm sure there is, and then it comes down to how much do you really want to stick to the plan. Do you want to go out your way and eat different foods, take foods along with you? You might not want to be prepared to do that, because then we start tapping into social disconnect. People aren't ready for stuff like that. And what I mean by social disconnect is having to do things because they feel that they should, because they're around certain people all doing it and they don't want to be left out. That's something that we can look at later on in the program. So back to Todd's situation, and this is just off the top of my head. If you wanted to say, look, I can't eat these foods at the moment because of X, Y and Z, and it's a personal thing to me, can you take other things along? And he did ask about a shake, and again we're trying to stay away from the dairy thing, so protein shakes kind of out of the question. But how about unsweetened almond milk? Okay, because that's from nuts. Maybe chuck some greens powder in there. I said that because I know that he uses it. And then maybe eat some nuts. So you've got a protein, healthy fat, fibre, quick shake meal thing going on there, and that's just an option, because I just quickly thought about that. So it's not what you got to do, it's what you could do. So the message to this video is that if you are going to be in those situations, and I know some of you are, where you've got to catch trains, and don't think that you're going to stick to this plan from a shop at Leamington train station, because you're not, but you know that. So then you can start to make your own prediction and response and think ahead, what could I do? Another way to look at it is, it's a bit extreme, but it works, is triggering the mindset. What if I ate these two options that I died? People do something when they really have to. It's the gun to the head scenario. If my life depended on it, what would I do? What would I have to do to stay alive? And you might see that as a little bit extreme, but it works. Picked that up from somewhere else, can't remember. So just think ahead. Don't think, oh my god, I've got to do this because I've turned up. You kind of know sometimes where you're going to be. Can't always help it, but quite often or not, if you're honest with yourself, you know you're going to be in a certain place, in a certain situation. So start thinking, this is what this is about. It's to start getting you searching and thinking about different ideas that you don't know what you don't know yet. Remember the 4 stages of learning. This is what we're doing. We're going through that process. We're creating this habits that are then going to stick with you. And it might seem hard, but you come out at the end into the light, you're going to wonder why you weren't doing some of these things in the first place. Alright guys, hope that helps. If you have any questions, just keep firing them away. That's what this is about. It's about you searching and asking questions, because you don't know stuff yet, and we just want you to learn and become the best version of you. Alright guys, I'll catch you later.